They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Trevor Davis now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Caught on the right side, able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Up at 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Hey, we are going. 319, 319.
On first down, Rodgers. Here's this out for Matthews. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Matthews, the intended target. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw on second down is Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Eddie, all right, Eddie.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Out of the gun, Smith. A deep ball for Dotson. Powell into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. On play action, now Rodgers. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up fourth. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And Crosby puts it through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Play action. It's Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Smith. And that is incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough. As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Throwing is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Now Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. He was looking for Matthews that time.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
319.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Defensively, because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all, because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their 38. They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
258.
On play action, it's Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Hey, reset. Hey, easy.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Rodgers to throw on second down. This will be caught at about the 5. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a second.
And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On first down, it's Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it. Got it.
Hey, let's roll.
Here's Smith now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third and a few inches.
35.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. On first down, this is Geis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on second and 13. Looking to throw on second down. Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And this is going to be Packer football. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week. Forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on.
We went with desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rodgers going to throw. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. To throw on second down, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jimmy Graham, as the first half is winding down. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Hey, we are going. Good. Strong right. Look at that.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins. Have it they do.
Well, that 2-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people that can't see this, but you've got a ball in your hands now, and you've got the thing locked in pretty well. You got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Smith escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And now it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Good listen. Orange. I said, line 80. No, right.
The final shot here before break. Smith looking long for his tight end read. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come to halftime here with a visiting Packer. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, on.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Doxson with a grab over the middle. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And here come the Redskins now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Jake Ryan coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jonathan Allen in there to get him for a loss of 5. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion. Very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And Crosby puts it through, and that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Clay Matthews. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, on.
Out of the gun, Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Inside. 319.
They'll go again to Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Packers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They come out here in the eye. Here's Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are pouring it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. First throw now for the backup, Bryce Petty. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Petty now. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 22.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back now at FedEx Field.
Now let's go. Blue landed.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Petty. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And nothing but daylight ahead. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up first and goal.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
Flex round! Flex round! I got you!
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers continue to roll. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now here's Johnson. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something.
Heads up, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go!
They'll run it with Williams. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Mike, 53, Mike.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Crosby with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And an alley to run. And the return will stop right around the 25. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Ohio! Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Now the backup Kaiser to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Flex round! Flex round! Hey, you got 3 down. Let's go!
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The storyline in this one, Charles,